The man, the myth, the legend.
Thank you. I'm, just taking one day at a time.
You're maybe one of the most humble human beings I've ever met, Big O. For your height.
Thank you.
For your height, that is. Like, how tall are you?
I'm currently 6'7". I lost an inch somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe the haircut,
Yeah. I'm always impressed by your size, because you're such a tall human being, Big Irv, that when I see you, like, here he comes, man, you just have this motion about you. One thing I like about you, Big Irv, is that you're always present. I think it must mean something.
Well, I'm grateful. I live with an attitude of gratitude, and I'm grateful for each and every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Big Irv, this is all about you. Of course, it's a conversation piece we're having. I want to make sure it's good. You can hear me good. Big Irv, how long have you been in real estate?
I've been in real estate now. I've had my license for 25 years. I mean, I got involved probably about, I got my license in 94, but I was probably involved when I was previously married, probably 88, 89, finding properties for my father-in-law at the time, and in Hawthorne, Inglewood, Gardena, Torrance areas, like at that peak of the market, so to speak.
So 89.
I got my real estate license.
So 89, was that the peak of the market back in 89, or was that like the tip?
Yes.
The tip? Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And then when did it crash? Because there's these 10-year cycles, give or take.
It bottomed out probably about 95, 96, and then started pulling out. And probably around that time.
Okay, excellent. So, Big Irv, I want to get into real estate business right now, because it is a business. It's not a hobby.
Okay. Yes, no, and let me interject something real quick. Is the reason why, and forgive me for when I explain why I like being called Big Irv, I get a little emotional. So just bear with me for a moment. I have a good friend of mine. His name was Rafi. And I asked his wife, and it was okay for me to say this. So Rafi was, we met each other when we were, 13 years old. He was best man at my wedding. And when I got my real estate license, he was going to be my first client. He was going to buy a house in Los Angeles, where we grew up, over by the Grove Farmers Market, Fairfax area. And 3 months after Rafi got married, I think it was about I think it was June, May or June, he had a stroke. He was laying in bed, watching TV, eating popcorn, and he choked. And by the time his wife found him, he was, foaming at the mouth. So he's still alive. He's in a convalescent home in LA. I go to see him periodically, and to this day, he was the one that always called me Big Irv. And to this day, when he sees me or hears my name, he smiles and laughs. So that's why I like being called Big Irv.
He gave you a gift. He gave you a gift, Big Irv. And I'm laughing because it's entertaining to know the impact you've had in people's lives, Big Irv, because you really do. Yes, you are, and forgive me for saying this, I mean this sincerely, you are a larger-than-life human being.
Well, taller the most, and taller doesn't sound that good, so
something's going for you, you know what I mean? You've got some kind of special gift that you're given from our creator.
Thank you.
And I love that story, Big Irv, because it means so much, because now I know. So Irv is an agent I've known for many years, and we work in the same market together.
Yeah.
We cross paths many times. Whenever I come to the office, I see Big Irv, because you're there a lot, Big Irv. If you're not in the office, you're in the phone booth.
Yeah, in that little call room.
My friend.
that's my little alcove, so to speak. It's just I don't have any distractions there, and I can make phone calls and yeah, I talk a little loud, so obviously it's easier for me to be there. And when someone needs me, they know where I'm at, so I don't have any distractions.
Well, I think also in this, hopefully I share this with Gail. Don't we have an amazing first impressions front desk lady, Gail?
Oh,
Oh,
Gail is the epitome of the phrase director of first impressions, DFI. She is. I
well
think they
done,
broke the
Bigger.
mold with her.
I couldn't have said it better. Yeah, well, she's worth stealing, my friend. I won't tell Tony, but
No,
she's
no, no,
worth
no, no,
stealing.
no,
She is so,
no. She's there to stay. No,
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. What I'm saying, I mean, I don't have a chance. Nobody has a chance
don't let
taking
her
Gail
go.
away. Gail is married to that office, to that desk.
Well, at the moment, and the only thing that really I miss more than her is the hugs that I got daily, and with this whole chaotic time going on that we're in, I miss that. I have kind of going through withdrawals.
Well,
So,
let's talk about that, Bigger. What is your feeling? How are you coping? And please,
that's okay. You know what? I'll be honest with you is a couple of weeks ago, just before I turned 60, I had a day that I just didn't want to talk to anybody. I was listening maybe probably a little too much to the news and the depressing news and commentary that was going on. And you know what? Ironically, I got a text from our team leader, Tony Fletcher, just
Tony
out of the blue
Fletcher,
asking me,
Tony Fletcher.
yeah, asking me how I was doing, and I told him, I said, I'm a little down today. Just I'm listening to this. I don't know who to believe or what to believe anymore.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what, Irv, just keep going. Just keep going, and there's that little glimmer of light at the end of the tunnel, and we just got to just persevere and just be there for each other. And even if it's just the text or calls, it helped me. Like I said, I had that one day. I'm human, and then after that, I just say, you know what? I heard this phrase years ago. I think it's by Brian Tracy, and it's, if it's to be, it's up to me. And the only thing I have control over is what I do and my actions. So I started getting on the phone, or I started texting people, seeing how they were doing, and friends and family. And what was it, last week, I got 2 referrals from those texts and calls that I sent out. So I know it works. And, it just, this is something. Sorry.
Yeah, I know that it works. And I want to tell you where I'm coming from. Is now I'm having a hard time. So after 4 weeks, going into maybe 5 weeks now, I'm having a hard time. Bigger. I woke up this morning in a really kind of weird funk.
Yep.
And actually, I had to open up my Jewish Bible because I was just like, this is not good. This is not how I'm starting Monday. I'm not going to go through the day in this kind of mindset. I'm being very transparent with you, Bigger.
No, that's fine.
It was the first day I woke up, like literally kind of pissed off, like not in a good place.
Yes. And I shared that with Tony the other day because he sent me an email and asked me how I was doing and such. And, there's 2 little, I don't know, phrases or quotes that I have on my phone that like for alarms and such when I wake up in the morning. And one of them, I heard this years ago, and it says, be like rain. And I thought, okay, be like rain. Well, can you start rain?
No.
Can you stop rain?
No.
Okay. So rain is unstoppable.
Oh, Big Irv. Oh, Big Irv.
I heard that phrase years ago. And so that's why I put it on my phone. And then the other one I heard, I think it was at a seminar or something like that years ago, was just one. Just one. So it's one phone call, one text, one lead, one appointment, one listing, one sale, just one. just make it a point to just get one each day.
Well,
And that's how we incrementally get better.
right, you're right. I get my one text message from you every single Friday, and I love it because
Well, I've been doing that for now, either calls or texts for the last 13 years since my mother passed. You know, she used to, you know, growing up, I was Jewish, and my mother, you know, celebrated, we celebrated the Sabbath, and she called, you know, friends and family and wished them a good Sabbath. And, you know, the week passed, I missed that call. And subsequently, I started doing it. And also, I had a cousin who was the last Holocaust survivor in my family, my cousin Jack. Unfortunately, he passed away last month, but he was 95 years old. And I didn't realize how much that call every Friday meant to him until I started, you know, learning that from the family. So yeah, it's.
I want to share. Can I share? Can I share my
Sure.
Friday text message from Big Irv, the one and only? so I have got my phone. Yeah, let me see if how I can do this. Let me see if you can see this. Hold on one second, Big Irv.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So okay.
Nope.
Big Irv,
Okay.
I've got my makeshift studio behind me, my green screen.
Sure.
So well, let me read it to you because you can't see it. Okay, so there it is there.
Okay. That's fine.
From Big O, my Friday text message. Shabbat Shalom. Hope you, Heather, and the family are safe because we're in quarantine right now.
Yeah.
Take care and have a nice weekend. My friend, don't stop that because I look forward to that. And the funny thing is, I look forward to it, but I don't expect it. And then it just pops up on my phone. I'm like, oh, man. And that's one thing my wife and all my boys know is when it's Friday, it's Sabbath, my friend. Saturday, we do nothing.
Well, you know what's funny is that it's grown. I mean, people are texting more and such, and I think I counted. I sent out I think about 50 texts this past Friday, and I get probably a good maybe 85, 90% or more back. You know, response, and you know what's funny is even the people that don't respond. And this is something that you want to kind of keep in mind when people are talking about, oh, I sent out a text or an email or even called and left a message and they don't respond. Guess what? When you do see them or you hear from them, thank you so much for that Friday, you know, text or call. Yeah, I need to respond, but you know, I don't get upset. I don't take it personal. I just keep doing it. And you know what? It's just something I enjoy and I look forward to doing. And what's really funny is when I get a text from someone first, and I've been getting a lot of texts from people now before I even send out the text, because I send out text and, you know, to people, friends and family in Arizona, Baltimore, Boston, Chicago, Las Vegas, Florida, New York. So I have to gauge about that 3-hour window of time.
You have to think ahead.
So there's a method to the madness.
Right, absolutely. Big of your business right now, you're not stuck, but you're in this realm of your home. You got 4 walls around you and a roof. How are you handling business right now where you cannot go out and do open houses? You cannot go out and show. You can, but you're limited.
Yes. And you know what?
How are you handling business right now?
Well, and you know, it's interesting is that I have a listing in Anaheim Hills in a guard gated community for $1,950,000, and I've had 5 showings on it in the last 30 days. 2 were sign calls because I have a sign up there, and you know what? I know it sounds kind of strange, and maybe it's simple. It's like the saying, you know, the bold law, success is simple, not easy, is I pick up my phone when people call.
Wow. Yeah, success.
And you know what? It's unusual for most people. Like, oh, I thought I was going to leave a message. So when I do pick up the phone, you know, I know how to convert. I've been doing this for a little while. And so I set appointments. And as long as someone follows my guidelines and the guidelines that we set at Keller Williams, and even, the National Association of Realtors, where, you have them sign the PEAD, and the Keller Williams has their own form to sign. And I get there early, I open up the house, and I tell them up front, please, don't touch anything. If you want anything opened up, I'll be more than happy to help you out. But I'm here to, allow you to see the house, and away we go. And then I have one in escrow currently, and that one was, but that was through a video that I took, sent it to the client, and she liked it, and we made an offer, and it got it accepted. So it's supposed to close, I think, next week or two. But, in the meantime, there are people that want to buy or sell. I have a client that, wants to sell property, I think, in Menifee, and possibly buy something in maybe Corona area. So, I look at it as that what I have control over is up to me. What I don't, I either have to be willing to delegate or let it go. And but something like I'm not versed in the serenity prayer. My aunt used to say that to me often, but it's kind of like my own little spin on it. But you know what? I don't want to live in fear. The word fear, I remember hearing this years ago, false evidence that appears real, false experience that appears real, or my favorite is forget everything and run.
Forget everything. Oh, I love it. Forget everything and run. Fear is like false evidence that appears real, is what Big O was saying. Or forget everything and run.
That's it.
I had to repeat that because there's some audio glitch there.
Sure.
That's right. I love both. I love both because at the end of the day, yes, we're human beings, Big O. Some of us are going to run for the mountains.
Yeah.
Like myself, I'm going to run for the avalanche, my friend. I'm going to run for it. I'm going to hit that wave, that tidal wave that hits us so hard. And that's why I started this channel, is because I believe if I have a story and I want to tell the world, how many other people, Big O, have stories?
Well, I appreciate the opportunity, but I just look at it as, I'm just doing the best I can, taking it one day at a time. And, I called an agent the other day because I'm in the process of listing a mobile home in Anaheim, and I was having some questions, and there was an agent that I know that lives in a mobile home park, and she I think she was on the board or had some familiarity. So I just called her, we were talking, and she was having a little down day. So, I did my best to make her feel a little better. And at the end, I just gave her some little pointers, little tips, and, don't try to be everything. Don't try to be perfect.
Yeah.
Or great, or it's just be consistent in your actions, and ultimately from being consistent, you get familiar, and you get,
if there's no momentum, you're gonna struggle. What's your daily activity like? Are you still keeping to a schedule, Big Irv, or are you just kind
right now I'm helping out my father-in-law during the day, so I make my phone calls and send out texts and such, but I'm pretty consistent in my actions. I make sure that I'm talking to people every day. That's the key. Years ago, I was on the phone, for 2.5 hours, and the goal was to talk to 1,000 people a month. I'm not doing that now, but I'm making a point that I am being consistent in my actions because I want the result down the line. And, as we know, whatever we're doing today, the payoff could be as far as 90 days out. So whatever we're doing today, if agents are just kind of sitting and waiting for things to happen, well, then guess what? When this starts opening up, which it is, because now, the testing, my understanding from a doctor friend of mine, when they did any of the tests a couple of weeks ago, it took maybe a week to 10 days, then 2 days to get the results. Now it can be in like 15 minutes. So that's what's starting to open up these businesses and such, and getting people kind of working again. And you know what? If they're not working, then they're not making any money. They're not obviously going to buy or sell a home.
Yeah,
that's
there's no contribution to society either because
yeah.
we're just stuck in our little homes, and so we hibernate.
Well, and you know what? And this is a time to kind of, as my father would say, kind of regroup a little bit. And I'm kind of playing with a couple of things myself. Uh, I want to learn how to. I was in gymnastics, believe it or not, ooh, 30 years ago, and I always wanted to learn how to do a handstand. I had some great coaches, Gary Honjo,
Yeah.
Sean
Oh,
Marsh, Greg Carpenter, Mark DeCostos,
uh-huh.
Julio Chong, and it goes on at Valley College out in Van Nuys. And you know what? And I always wanted to learn how to do a handstand. And so, 30 years ago, I was able to. I learned, and you just learn like anything else. I mean, it just took me maybe a little longer, but so I've been kind of playing with it again. I mean, I could do a headstand, but I want to be able to hold a handstand.
Oh, that's
Because I thought
awesome.
as long as I could do that, then I'm in pretty good shape.
Again, it sounds so simple, but it isn't easy.
No, and there's some great YouTube videos on it. And then the other thing is I'm learning how to play the guitar. I'm just taking the baby steps and just kind of trying to use the time that I have wisely and efficiently and get away from all the negative
Right.
information out there.
You have to stop watching the news. Up until about 3 weeks ago, I mean, I was into it because me and my wife are concerned. I'm not scared, Big Irv. I am concerned. And so every day, and Trump is our president, and I support our president, and all our presidents I've prayed for, by the way, just to let you know. I might not have liked them or voted for them. I did pray for them, though, because these are our leaders. They're in a position for a reason. They just get there because they winged it.
No,
and
not at all. And yeah.
And they're definitely smarter than us because that's what they're doing. So we've got to support and endorse them. So what I'm trying to say is that, then you start watching President Trump come out every day giving his speech and his updates, which were fantastic. It's the aftermath of all the other garbage and junk of the fake media, the fake news that they're giving us. That because you're already watching, you kind of get into these, I'm flicking to the different shows. Oh man, after 3 weeks, my wife, it was actually my wife who said, I'm done. I'm not watching any more news. We'd watch the president talk, but that was it.
Yes.
Get off, walk away, because it's just garbage. Nothing productive, nothing constructive, nothing worthwhile my time and energy. It was just exhausting. So we had to stop watching the news and the media because it was just garbage. Not Donald Trump, because he has to say, but the rest of the other stuff out there, the 99% of the stuff out there.
And the thing is being in the house so much, days start blending together. So you'll enjoy this. It was a Monday a couple of weeks ago, and my alarm went off. And I said, "Hey, I gotta." I thought it was, for some reason I thought it was Friday, so I started sending out texts to people, and then I get this Monday with a question mark, and I thought, Monday? No, oh my gosh. So,
that's great. Oh, big
so you know what? I just said, if nothing else, I need to go outside and just take in some of the sunlight and fresh air. And yeah, I'll go to, Costco or the market or whatever, but I'm wearing a mask and, the whole thing. And the other day, and I'm not saying I'm anything special, but, we see people, kind of like in the saying goes, desperate people do desperate things.
Right. Oh,
and so when I went to Costco, they had some paper towels there. And so I said, wow, okay. So I grabbed a package of it. And as I'm walking around, these two older ladies came up to me and said, hey, where'd you get that? And I said, oh, it was over in that section. I said, oh, there's no more. And I said, we really need some. And you know what? I just thought, what the heck? And I just gave it to them. I said, well, you guys take it. I'm good.
Of course you would do that. Of course you would do that. That's why I called you. That's why I titled you your favorite realtor. Because of course I know you, Big Irv. You would do that.
But you know what? Not only did it make them happy, but it made me happy. And it's like, the idea of giver's gain, or treat people how you want to be treated. There's several quotes and sayings, but it's like, all right, it's not the end of the world. And then the same thing was with all the other supplies out there. So yeah, when I go to the store, if I see something, I call, family, friends, whatever. Hey, I'm here. What do you need?
Do you almost think it was destiny of you not really needing the paper towels, but had the opportunity, and so you took it, and then all of a sudden these elderly ladies approach you, and that,
I stand out a little more.
yeah, but still, you just thought maybe you're actually quite daunting with your height and so on, that they wouldn't approach you, yet they still approached you. They still approached you, Big Herb, and they spoke to you and they asked you, so you were no threat to them. Do you think that's kind of like destiny almost, where an opportunity came, you took it, they came, you felt that it wasn't that necessary that you needed them? Because right now we are all hoarding toilet paper and paper towels. All of us are, and if you're not, I don't know why you aren't. But anyway, that's just.
But you know what? My cousin Jack had a saying that he mentioned to me years ago, and it was just do the right thing. And it's not what's right for you or even the other person. Just do the right thing. And we all know the right thing to do. And I just felt that was the right thing.
I love it. I want to end our meeting there, our interview there. Big Herb, I'm going to put Big Herb's contact details in the description below. If you like this episode, please subscribe, crush the like button, smack the bell so you get updates and notifications. I want us to leave this message. Big Herb, give us one takeaway. What can you, during this time that we're all under pressure, stress, it's Monday, it's Friday, we think it's Saturday, we actually don't know because everything just merges into one and blends into everything. What can you give us to at home, and to real estate agents and to business owners that are going through a very, very tough time? What's the one thing you can do, Big Herb?
Cousin always said this to me, Irv, your attitude is everything. And you know what? Even if you're feeling bad or something like that, then call somebody else, text someone else, see how they're doing. Look for ways to help others. And like what was it? Zig Ziglar said, you can have everything you want in life if you just help enough people get what they want. And it's just the more you help others, the more you will be helped. And like I said, the Friday calls or whatever, when you do something for someone, you feel good about yourself. And that's the idea, is that this is not going to be here forever. It's temporary. It's running a course, so to speak. But you know what? There's people that are home now that maybe they're getting a little tired of being home, which I am too. But they're going to possibly want to buy or sell in the future, get a bigger place, that big house that they're in. Maybe scale down to a smaller place, maybe something with a single story, or, something with a bedroom downstairs. And so the idea is that if you're willing to take the time and check on people and see how they're doing, then guess what? They know you care. Yeah. And as long as they know you care, then you're going to be that realtor or person of choice.
Right.
If you're going to be like everyone else, then, you're going to call when everything starts calming down. You're going to miss the boat.
Attitude is everything. From Big Herb, you heard it from his mouth to your ears, to God's ears, to everybody's ears. And Big Herb, I believe when the floodgates are opened up and we're allowed to go back out again into the world, I think a lot of people are going to start pursuing their dreams. So if you want to contact Big Herb, if you want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, when it comes to Orange County and you like Big Herb, reach out to him. He's a remarkably good man. There's nothing BS about him. He's the real deal. And what I do like about Big Herb is I like your faith in mankind. Thank you, Big Herb. Hey, guys, big shout out. Please subscribe again. I have to ask you because it helps in the analytics. Crush that like button and hit the bell. Big Herb, thank you for your time. You're a legend, my friend. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Let's do this again, Big Herb.
Take care. Sounds good, sir.